Hey guys, what's going on? This is RJ Game News USA here with Scooter. And we just watched night one of SummerSlam. And we got some thoughts to share. So we're going to make this brief. We're going to make this quick. Hit that like button, share the video, subscribe, and comment below what you thought of SummerSlam. So let's talk night one. I'm going to give my overall thoughts first. I got to say, I think it was a 5 out of 10 show. I really thought a lot of the undercard matches were underwhelming. And we'll go over each match. But just overall, I think the better matches are definitely on night two. Scooter, your thoughts?
I gave it a 6. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Yes, some of the matches was underwhelming, but then I also thought a couple of the things that needed to be done was done, so that made me give it a 6 out of 10 instead of a lower score.
See, I don't agree with that because I think I had a really piss poor time picking again. I think I only got like 2 of the 6 matches correct. And I believe you got 4 of the 6.
Yeah.
So I thought they had a lot of bad booking decisions, but we're going to go over each one. I think we're going to try to go in order of the match that happened, but let me try to remember what it was. So, the first match was... What was the first match?
Roman and them.
Oh, yeah. Roman and Jey Uso were fighting Braun and Bronson Reed. And immediately, I would have to say the match was good, right? I thought the match... There was a lot of good spots. And so I enjoyed seeing that, especially from these big talents who are able to, jump and dive and do all this shit. I just think the wrong team won. Now, he predicted Roman's team would win. I think Roman at this point should be in the stage of the career where he's putting others over. I didn't like the fact that, hey, they had this new group formed, and they're going to have this group lose. Like, what are we doing? Of course, later in the night, the group got redeemed, but that's a whole nother story. Scooter, you got any thoughts on this first match?
Thought the match was good. Good spots. Braun and Bronson, they showed off their athleticism. But if I would have chose, just like you said, I would have had Bronson and Braun win. I would have had Braun pinning Roman.
Yeah, I like that idea. So, moving on to the second match. That was that women's tag title match, right?
Yes.
And Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair defeated Roxanne Perez and her China-looking motherfucker tag team partner. And, I think this was the right call. We both had Alexa and Charlotte winning. And I think that this is a good gimmick. I think that it's the most excited I've seen Charlotte in years. And so I was happy with the result. I thought the match itself was pretty mid, though. Could have been on a Raw or a SmackDown. So I really wasn't super excited by what I saw in the match itself. But they did have the right outcome. So kind of the reverse of the first match, where I thought they had the right match but the wrong outcome. This was the wrong match but the right outcome, if that makes sense. Scooter, your thoughts?
I agree. The right outcome. I honestly, it wouldn't have surprised me though if Roxanne and whatever her name is would have won, because it just depends on how they're going to book with Judgment Day. We'll go into more detail tomorrow after what happens with the Intercontinental Championship match. But yeah, Alexa and Charlotte, right outcome. Just like you said, Charlotte's having fun, and I like this pairing because they kind of bring out different things out of each other, and just it's fun.
Now, next up, I consider this the worst match of the night, the worst moment of the night. Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. I had Karrion Kross winning. You had Sami Zayn. I was wrong. You were right. If that was flipped, those results were flipped, we would have both had 3 of the 6 matches right. But sadly, I was wrong, and Karrion Kross might be on his way out. This match was completely a throwaway, dumbass match. Could have been on Raw or SmackDown. I don't understand. This is not SummerSlam worthy. This match and a few others on the card, if you cut them out, you could have kept SummerSlam at one night with like 8 or 9 matches that went on for 4 or 5 hours. Instead, they're force-feeding us this 2-night bullshit because WWE needs their fucking money. And this pay-per-view, I will add, and this is what's going to dock some points from me, this entire fucking pay-per-view was littered with the most ads I've ever seen on any pay-per-view they've ever fucking done. Yeah, they've been doing more ads lately on the shows, but this was absolutely over the fucking top with the ads and commercials. I just can't stand it. It's too many fucking ads, and this entire match was worthy of a bathroom break at best. Scooter, your thoughts?
And you know what? And if you really want to be technical about it, shit, I think the ads probably was longer than the match's total running time. But that's either here or there. But yeah, this is the third match between Sammy and Kross within the last couple weeks. Kross is probably on his way out. That was speculation. His contract is rumored to be up in a week or so, couple weeks, and I just feel like if WWE's letting him walk, they're doing wrong. Kross should be used. He's over more than how they treat him.
They ruined him.
But this is what you get, though. This is WWE. This is a classic talent getting over whenever they don't want them to get over.
And speaking of which, LA Knight not being on the card is absolutely fucking retarded.
Yeah, but yeah, total throwaway. But that's not going to say Sammy or Kross is bad. It was just
the middle of the show was really fucking bad. Like I like the beginning of the show, I like the end of the show, but the middle of this fucking meat sandwich of SummerSlam was pretty fucking rotten, either with what I consider bad booking decisions or just in general not really compelling matches. Next up we had Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. This could have been bigger than it was. I felt like these are the two superstars that WWE wants to push in the women's division, and I am just absolutely fucking flabbergasted. You were wrong about this one too. Mm-hmm. I was absolutely stunned that Jade Cargill did not walk out as champion. I am a huge Tiffany Stratton fan. I did not expect Tiffany Stratton to retain the title, especially when Jade's won what? She won Queen of the Ring, right? Yeah. Jade's been the one that's been pushed to the moon, and they're going to have her come into SummerSlam and fucking lose. Why? And why is Tiffany Stratton just flat out not a diabolical heel? I have so many fucking problems with what's going on in the women's division, especially on that side of the women's division right now. I just don't get it. I don't have a problem with Tiffany Stratton being champion, but she needs to be flat out a diabolical heel. She won clean on Jade Cargill. Fucking clean on Jade Cargill. That is unacceptable fucking booking to do against Jade whenever you want to build Jade up to be this mega over babyface star and have her to fall flat on her fucking face at SummerSlam. So that's a huge ass negative for me. Scooter, what do you think?
I agree. Just like you said, I don't have a problem with Tiffany being champion. She should be a heel. Jade, with her being pushed and everything, they should have protected her more. They should have had either a disqualification if they was going to do something like that to kind of protect Jade. I would have dealt with that more, but yeah, they should have had her Tiffany cheat if they should have protected Jade. So that's where they went wrong.
And that's another thing about this fucking pay-per-view. The faces went over on almost every single fucking match, and one of the reasons why my picks are always so bad in WWE in these big pay-per-views is I want to book it where the heels win a little bit more than they do, but they always want to make the fans happy by having the faces win. Well, and when you have so many matches where there's where faces sit there and they fucking a face versus a face match. It's so dumb. You need more heels in the company. You need to give us compelling reasons to actually care about wanting to have this person beat that person. And WWE is lacking that in so many of their storylines. It's stupid. And so we move on to the Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre match. And I'll say this. I was very happy with Jelly Roll's performance in the ring. It was one of the things I was most nervous about. I thought this match had disaster written all over it. Nope. They actually made me care about Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll actually was performing well. And what do? The one fucking time they have a heel really win all night long, they make Jelly Roll, who is a debuting person who may maybe want to bring back more often, fucking lose. They have him fucking lose 1, 2, 3 in the ring to Logan Paul, who doesn't beat anybody. So you tell me how the fuck that makes any sense for booking when you had the entire fucking stadium captivated and wanting Jelly Roll to win, and they want to make Jelly Roll a star, and you had the motherfucker lose. Is this a one-off? Was this just to fill the fucking card and get a celebrity on? Or you actually want to book something that's long-term and good for the fucking company? You tell me what the fuck that was. You tell me what the fuck that was, but that was a big-ass fucking negative for me. To take what could have been a good match and have such a fucking piss-poor result is unacceptable booking to me. Scooter?
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I'll tell you what that was. Jelly roll.
Jelly roll. Jelly roll. And then we get to the main event of the evening. Clearly the best match on night one, because all the good matches, most of the good matches are on night two. Most of the stipulation matches are on night two, like the steel cage, the no DQ match, the street fight, the TLC. They're all on night two. So night two should be a much better night. It better fucking be a better night than this. But we had CM Punk versus Gunther. And it did a lot of good things. Not enough to save the fucking show for me, but it was definitely, I think, a SummerSlam worthy main event and a SummerSlam worthy moment. Gunther and Punk had a decent match. It was a little slow, a little plodding, but then Gunther started bleeding. When Gunther bled, it got better. And then CM Punk got the victory. He got that monkey off his back. He won the fucking championship. At least we got that moment with him. And then it all came crashing down when I was right all along, and I knew Seth Rollins wasn't actually hurt, and they played into the storyline, and Seth Rollins cashed in and won the championship, setting up the continuing storyline and the awesome storyline of Rollins always fucking over Punk, and they hate each other, and that's actually a captivating story, and that group actually can be captivating, and so that was good to see to end the night. I really enjoyed that part. But a main event alone does not make a fucking show. An opening act match alone does not make a fucking show. This show was really fucking bad in the middle of it. Still not a watchable show. Still not a passable show. It's a 5 out of 10 for me. Scooter, your final thoughts and your thoughts on the main event?
Yeah, it was a good match. Very slow, very, holdish, choke holds, arm holds. What you'd expect from Gunther and everything. I guess there was reports that Gunther had a nose issue, and it looked like to be true because obviously he fell, hit the table, and his nose started gushing, and he bled everywhere. And Punk won, and then just like we thought, Rollins came out. It was the right choice, and it made it a better moment, a good moment, and I think that was the right decision.
And he could have come out with a make it a triple threat like WrestleMania 31, and I thought that's how he would do it. But the way they did it, where he came out on the crutches, and they sort of, it's a tease, like, I'll come back sometime this year and get you, and then he drops the crutches and turns around. And you know what? I was actually shocked that really Bronson and Braun didn't really get involved, and Rollins kind of won clean-ish. I mean, Punk was obviously still damaged from his match, and he used the briefcase on him and shit. But I thought that was, and you saw Punk looking around, and no one else came out, so that made Rollins look even more like a badass there. And a simple stomp, boom, 1, 2, 3, new champ again. And so I liked it even more that they didn't do the triple threat and just completely reenacted 31. right? What do you think of that
I
too?
honestly thought, you know, that Braun and Bronson would have came out attacking from behind. Seth, you know, went down there, everything, go cash in, and then Jay and Roman would have came out, and because all of them's been, you know, fighting and everything, so basically stopped the cash in.
Oh, you thought it could have been a tease cash in.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm glad that they just went ahead and just did it. No reason for Rollins to hold on to the briefcase too long if he's not actually injured. Make him the champion, dive even deeper into that storyline. Give that fucking group an actual name and let them cook. And let's see what happens. But guys, we will be back tomorrow night for the review of Night 2 of SummerSlam, which will hopefully be a lot fucking better, like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 if everything goes off without a hitch. But we'll see. We know it's WWE. Updated standings as far as picks go. I only have 2 points. Scoot over here's got 4. It's an uphill battle to climb for me. Alright guys, I'm out. I'll see y'all later.